I want to talk about your journey, on surfing, big wave surfing, and a lot of the kind of the technology that you went down. And I want to tell you something that I thought was really insightful, and that was when your wife, Gabby Reece, was on Joe Rogan, and he asked her about you, and he said, "Well, what's Laird like? Is he always off doing this other stuff?" And she said, "Yeah, he's off with his girlfriend." That's what she said. And that's one thing I remember from that episode. And I was like, this is a woman that gets it. She's like, that's what he's doing. He's with his girlfriend. He does these things that he's kind of crazy about. And then he comes home to me at night and he's with the family. Do you remember her saying that? And do you know what she meant by that?
Oh, yeah. Well, because I'm constantly reminded that this is the only other woman she'll share me with is the sea, And okay. and I think what makes Gabby not only an amazing, besides the most amazing woman that I've ever met, is her understanding of some of my needs, probably better than I understand them. And that these desires aren't against her. They're not against her. This isn't against, it's not, I'm going to the ocean and that's taking away from her. It actually is adding to her and bringing to her me and all my essence. And, I get a commonly asked question that I experience throughout my career has been, well, now that you have kids, you must not want to do the dangerous things and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but first of all, they didn't ask me to come in. I brought them into the world. And so why would I put on them, well, I used to do things until you came. And then I stopped doing the things that brought me all this joy and happiness and all these things. I stopped doing that now because I have you. Unless I really just want to stop. Now, if I really just want to stop, then I should just say, hey, you know what, I did that and I'm good with it. I don't need to do that anymore. But I think it's important that they also see me like Gabby understands what it does, what it means to me and what it does for me and what it is. I want them to see the effect it has on me, that having, I told somebody, I go, if I could just raise a content human, that as a father, as a parent, that at the end, I raised a content human, not a champion of this and this, that, and no, I'm not talking about monetary success. I'm not talking about social success. I'm just saying a content human, because I don't see many. The first step in that would be to have them find the thing that brings them something, brings them that feeling, right? That special feeling, which the ocean has done for me. I'm transitioning into really understanding the true special feeling that existence is supposed to bring, which is service. That at the end of the day, and I think as being a parent, it gets into service. We're talking about service, and that ultimately, through some of these other things I'm starting to do, I'm realizing that that's probably the apex of happiness. That true happiness is connected directly to service, of you being of service to the community. First, you being of service to you, because you have to start there. Then you're being of service to your family, then your friends, then the community, being of service. But I want them to see that. I want them to see what, and the ocean has been something that I've been of service to, and it's been of service to me. I have a relationship with it that has built the foundation. I want them to see that. I want them to see when I come back from riding a giant wave, what that does to Dad. What does Dad look like when Dad does this thing that brings him this feeling? Because maybe they'll be able to identify that and go, I can try to find that in my life. Maybe I can find that in art, or maybe I can find that in cooking, or maybe I can find that in work, or maybe I can find that in a relationship. Find it somewhere. Just please find it, And so, that's I describe parenting because it's easy to get off track, but parenting is one of the apex of evolution, I would believe. And I think no one tells you how hard it truly is, because you'd probably not do it. Like you said, hey, I don't know if I want to be that vulnerable, have kids. But I describe parenting as building a samurai sword, where you take steel, you heat it up, you beat it with a hammer, and you put it in ice. And that's what my children do to me. They take me, they heat me up, they beat me with a hammer, and they put me in ice. And they do that over and over. And then I'm a tempered soul, Then I'm like the hardest steel in the world, or I break. We're not sure yet.